Alrighty, welcome back to this month's little JD Prog report over here. Got at the end of the month over here. I'm not actually doing it at the end of the month over here. Ain't that a fucking amazing over here? I think it's amazing. Let me get this out. Yeah, sorry for the lack of vids yesterday. Probably for tomorrow over here too, depending on circumstances. Yeah, I've just been like a bunch of family it been going on over in here, so I've been out and about. So, pretty much thoughts over here. After all, like Vin Diesel said, family. So, the first thing that came to my mind the moment I said that over, god damn it. Anyways, enough about me, let's talk about JD. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of shit we got going on over here. With my progress over here, we are going to be... Seems like we're actually making progress over here, holy shit. See how Kelly's progress so much to the point where it's coming to his fine television development has something about eating image one over here. So I have the lore notes over here. I forgot about this actually. I've got JD actually does the whole little lore note stuff over here, which is actually something that I think only fucking was it TNO or Patch Britannica? I can't remember which one does something similar like this. But yeah, I think this is like one of the few mods that she does over here, and I appreciate that. I like the little like how the situation came to be over in here. I think it's neat, very neat over here. See, I'm gonna leave this little extra over here. Look at that, new and improved anarchy. Look at that. I'm gonna fucking. Yeah, there's some good artwork by the way over here. Good shit over here to the whoever designed the art over here. Separation anxiety. I know my dogs know my dogs know that very well. While Blackwater was fully loyal to Japan, it still had much more autonomy than the Japanese supported states in the West Coast. The autonomy granted Blackwater Jet to fully separate from Japan was to realize that leadership fully rented the decentralized nature of Yamakawa's communism and turned to authoritarianism. This betrayal by Japan led Blackwater to fully question his period's Marxist ideals. His crisis of faith led him to turn into many of his supporters in the revolution were openly against all form of oppression. Anarchists. The experience fighting alongside anarchists yet made the IO much more attractive to him than the degraded communism of Japan in 1952. Blackwater fully banned the Marxist label was revolutionized a new anarchist turned for Seattle. We need stuff over in here about how the Seattle communism came to be over here because of during Operation Eagle over here when America got invaded. Japan took advantage of that over here too, so like took over the West Coast really. Except for California, anyways. I see the also some more program on the English 2 for an example. That being, I believe this is the new path leader. I can't remember his name. It does not pop up into my brain cranium right now. But I believe he's one of the new leaders over here doing this little rework of you see how they've been doing over here. So I'm curious to see how extensive that's gonna be once so I'll even use some of that shit. Then he paused also been updated to the content. Check image 3 for example. Yeah. These are also the little things that I think TNO has these as well, but it's not really like anything. It's like an Indian family line and like a little like actual like Indian stuff over here, which I think is cool. I think it's cool in that over here. America burning renewal under a black banner. America is burning down to the ground and is reaching for the ashes. Anarchy absolutely across the land. All in the effort of unmasked Blackwell, keeping his vision intact. Blackwell set out with the goal to forge America and fire and shape with his vision and anarchism, and they succeeded. Towns everywhere fear his brave new America, and the Black really insistent will ensure that the anarchists will remain safe. Truly yearns for the blood tyrants of Blackwell and Call have answered the call here. There's decades of death and destruction led America to being devastated, and it will be worth it in order to piece to pull back together. That was America. Under an anarchist banner, really. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think a little ending tag over here cool, so it's like a little look into how things are gonna be over here. I think it's neat. Yeah. But we of course need significant restructuring coding wise over here. Yeah. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, long ass time ago, Sternberg would always win the Great Eurasian War, even if he has ass absolutely kicked. There was like some weird fucking bug that occurred where Sternberg was always, like Sternberg's victory was pretty much guaranteed over here, like no matter what in the world, unless like they fucking, unless like you manage the console command in, but I think. We just fucking blitzed them really, but I believe Sternberg always managed to go on top of that no matter what. Japan would lose all their shit, and City would also lose all their shit over here every time. Anyway, so yeah. And I believe in how it works is like whoever has the most territory by the time limit wins over here. So we got several genuine stuff over a bunch in 4, for example. Here, this is one Takashiro Hattori, who I'm trying to remember exactly his significance of it. I believe he was one of Japan's or somebody's this type of guy over here. I can't remember the life of me what the fuck that was over here. My history is a bit iffy as of now over here. I need to fucking do a refresher of my brain. So I'm forgetting shit. But yeah, I'm always a forgetful bastard, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, need general stuff over here. Because I'm not gonna get content, but at least when they do get content over here, hopefully it's not gonna go the red flood way where there's gonna bunch of be fucking generic portraits over here, and this is fucking, after like a year into it over here, that still hasn't been fixed, but we shall see. Achievements have been completed with Workcheck Image 5, for example. Oh, yeah, achievements over here. I believe Pack Britannica and some other mouse dudes too. Who neither God nor Master will unleash and all about the glory death of all times over here. It's like a little achievement stuff over here, a little mark. Little mark about how successful you are. I think it's neat over here, having like a little stuff over here. So I do wonder exactly what achievements are gonna be over in the JD stuff over here. I feel like with the scenario, the JD is, you could probably do some interesting stuff for achievements, really. So I do hope that some interesting shit we can go on there. Also, the American Restoration Fund has gotten the star her spirits. The Image 6 one of those guys icons over here. This one's peak over here. Got fucking Bugs Bunny with box champion Bugs Bunny is beating the shit out of who the fuck that is over here. I cannot tell. And I believe this is the fucking if I remember correctly, I think this is the Warlord state that has Johnny Cash as a possible leader. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure the name sounds familiar over here, and I only know it because I'm fairly certain this is where Johnny Cash is at over in here. It's interesting. Over here, so yeah. He'll be sleeping Cash as a potential leader. Just saying over here. I think it's fucking. That's a pretty neat idea if I say so myself. Very Magneto issue. Anyways, so that's the whole fucking thing we got going on over here. We got quite a lot of shit in this particular product report over here, so hopefully, based on circumstances, we might. There is a non-zero chance that we might see it though. Either at the start summer or later on. But based on this over in here, the second demo after like 2 years, and all the fucking bullshit that's happened over here since then over here. So maybe, just maybe, we'll actually get some shit over here. So yeah. We're looking forward to that one. And I hope you guys do a little power report over in here. Yeah, vids are gonna be inconsistent as I said before because I got a bunch of film shit over here, so I should be able to get this one out of here in time. Because it's not gonna take me too long to record and upload this. So yeah. Till then, I'll see you guys later on whatever it is that could be happening over here. But I am looking forward to this one because we're actually seeing some shit over here. We're actually seeing progress over here. And the progress in my progress report more likely than you may think. Anyways, see you guys whenever it is next.